Hello everyone. Today I picked a different subject and I want to show you how you can change a reference photo according to your taste. Let's dive in and see how these changes can make a new look of it. Okay, as usual, we need to wet the paper. But in this one, I try to wet the upper side, which is sky, because we need to do sky um, as fast as possible and keep the paper wet during the process. Okay, I choose cerulean blue for the first wash, and also I used yellow ochre and rose, but I mix them with white because I want them to be kind of opaque. So the darker value could be add later, but I kept the paper upside down to let the dark part flow to the upper part of the sky. So I try to mix these three colors um, to each other, but I'm not covering whole sky with same values. I try to have a variety on it. So it's time to have the clouds. So I just pick the darker color, which is indigo plus yellow ochre. It could be even with rose a little bit. And also I just add white to it because, as I told you, I need to have the opaque color on them. But the point is I'm using a dry brush, and the intensity of color is more than before. And I just do random shapes. It's completely up to you how you want to have the shapes of your clouds in your painting. And of course, I add second and a third value to it to make them more 3D. And we need to put some gaps between them uh, in order to make them more fluffy. So don't let the paper dries. I just try to add more cool color than warm color. Actually, in this painting, you can see the contrast between cool colors and warm colors as reference photo. But I picked blue for dominant color of my painting, so I changed the color of the reference photo to more cool colors like blue, that which is in this particular one is Prussian blue and cerulean blue. And obviously you can mix them with white. Now it's time to have the C. Um, I just wet the lower part of the paper, which is C, and I try to have the colors that I had in sky, the same color that I used for sky. And at the bottom part, I try to have more blue, which is cerulean blue, Persian blue, um, and later I just add ultramarine. And darker value could be indigo plus ultramarine. You should have thicker lines at the bottom, and when you go um, to the back of the sea, you need to have tiny and short lines. It helps to create depth in your painting. And I'm trying to keep the boats and also the sail white. You can use masking fluid for keep them white, but I'm not a fan of the masking fluid, so I just keep them white. Sometimes you need keep the painting upside down and wet it again. To have the dark part, which is the green part of the painting. And if you wet the paper, it means you need to dry your brush and then use thicker color and randomly make the shapes of green trees or whatever you have at the background. And if you do it on wet paper, um, you allow them to mixed and connect to the background, which is sky, more. And fill lines with the tip of the brush helps to have movement in this part. I cover the sky with a paper and wet the rest of the painting, which is sea. I don't want rain the sky with water. So again, I have the dark um, part of the shadows, and I try to have them like waves, which is like small line here and there. Now you can wet the boat with brush and use the same color that I um, used for the sea, which is cerulean blue. And also, when it's still wet, you can add darker value to the bottom because I want to keep the boat white. And with the tip of the brush, create some lines and also some textures. By few strokes, you show things in the boat. It's not necessary to have the particular shape of things over there because it's too far to see them in details. And also add orange plus cadmium red to show the color of the upper side of the boat. And also for shadow of the boat, you need to have the same colors. And for masts and those ropes, you can use the tip of the brush, or you can use liner to create thinner ropes. The shadow of the masts and ropes should be mirror made, and also they should be in wavy shapes. So with the same brush, um, I just try to fix the shapes and also make them darker. The same thing happened in the second boat, and you can have third one um, and fourth one too. But the same process um, should be followed. And I switched the um, main boat a little to the right side, because, as you know, it's not good to have the focal point in the center. For shadow, I'm trying to use the same color, which is indigo plus the color that I used for boat, which could be rose or cerulean blue or leftovers on the palette. And I'm trying to keep the shape of the boat like white. So I need to use a darker value around the um, shadows of the boat. And also the shadow should be in wavy shapes. It shouldn't be straight. The masts and those ropes, um, as a shadow, as shadows in the water, they should be like wavy and not straight. And few birds make it more um, natural and also creates movement in the background. So few small tiny lines to show waves at the back, and when you when you come um, towards the bottom of the painting, The strokes need to be thicker and longer. Okay, done. I hope you enjoyed it.